Good evening from Hibs TV and a festive Easter Road for our final game of 2022. And what a match we have in store for you as the league leaders Celtic come to Easter Road winning 17 out of their 18 league outings. Hibs, however, come into this one brimming full of confidence following that 4-0 win over Livingston on Christmas Eve, which puts us just 2 points behind third place Aberdeen.
Tanner decides to go back and almost give the ball away to Nisbet, who's caught late, and that's going to be our first yellow card. Oh, it's a red card!
Red.
Oh, Jason Holt is shown a straight red card for a late challenge on Nisbet, and it's all kicking off a little bit here. King Napier's going to have to get control of the situation. Hibs in control of the game. Now they have to try and make it count. It's a good hit, it's another good save. It comes back to Nisbet, It's in, and this time the flag stays down. And Kevin Nisbet makes it 2-2. He is back with a bang. And Hibs get the lead that they fully deserve. Here's Cadden. Hibs with a spring in the step. Oh, what a delightful finish from Chris Cadden to make it 2-0. Absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic strike. He just slows the ball down. Sets nicely, drives it right across the goalkeeper into the bottom corner. It's an absolutely fantastic strike from Cadden, and it takes us into goal number 2.
Get back to winning ways, and that's what they're doing so far. Great ball from McGuinness.
Yes.
It's another one. It's a second goal against Livingston for Kyle McGuinness with around 5 minutes of the first half remaining, and Livingston have fallen apart here.
Absolutely fantastic ball in from Johan. I think he could do that a little bit more. He just looks ahead up.
Johan to Newell. Johan gets it back. Looks to crossing. Good ball. 4-0. And it's another one for Kyle McGuinness. 2 headers for him. And it is absolutely brilliant to see Hibs 4, Livingston 0. We've not even played 5 minutes of the second half yet.
Well, as we look back on that Livingston win and to today's game against Celtic, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by former Hibees Guillaume Beuzelin. Beuzy, firstly, did you have a good Christmas?
I had a very good Christmas. I was lucky to have my parents this year because of the COVID. They couldn't have a chance to come. So it was great to be all together once again.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm sure lots of Hibs fans as well enjoyed their Christmas following the Christmas Eve win over Livingston. How important was that result?
Yeah, it was great. After to lose against Rangers, it was good to bounce back straight away, and good manners. To score 4 goals at home is always positive, and Kyle McGuinness scored 2, and Kevin Nisbet as well. Johan had a couple of assists as well. It was all positive for the club.
Yeah, and you mentioned Kevin Nisbet in that there. He's obviously come back after such a long period out, really pushed himself with the physios and in that World Cup break to come back fit and firing. He scored two goals in 2 games.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I'm a coach at the academy, and the first team train in the morning, but myself and the boys train at night. And sometimes when I come around 4 or 5 o'clock, he was still at the 1v1 with the physio and working sometimes himself and sometimes with Kyle McGuinness as well. It was great to see them back on the pitch because they suffer a lot. You see, when you injured like this, I was like this myself. It's can be a lonely place, but that shows a lot of character, and to see him score straight away I'm buzzing for him.
Yeah, how important is he in this Hibs team? Because I think you could see, especially towards the end of last season, that we missed Kevin Nisbet a lot.
Yeah, he's quite a complete player. Now his time, the age is maybe 25, 26, I don't know exactly, but he's come closely to his prime. He's very complete. He can hold the ball. He's a fox in the box. You can tell the first goal he scored is the first time to react after the rebound from the goalkeeper save. It's great to see that. Those goals are very valuable for the whole team.
Yeah, and one man that really impressed was a fellow Frenchman for you, Elie Youan. He was brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was great. I'm glad to see him like this because he arrived, it's been 6 months now. Sometimes it's very difficult to adapt the 2 different type of football compared to the continent and here. So hopefully he can kick on, because when he play wide, he can play up front, he can play wide as well, but he can go down the line because he's very quick. But he show when he come on his right foot, quality on delivery. And sometimes when the defense is very tight, especially at home like this, you need to unlock the defense by some good quality crosses. And he managed to do that. It's good to see.
Yeah, and just finally within that game as well, David Marshall saved 2 penalties right at the end. He's been a huge asset this season and again just showed his quality in that moment.
Yeah, if the manager wanted a perfect game, I think he could have asked for more because everybody play a part. Even Marshall, who has been outstanding, we know his experience and he's so important for the club, and to push everybody and give a massive boost for, so it's very good, very good.
Well, let's hear from our manager then, Lee Johnson. He spoke after the Livingston game and showed how pleased he was with that performance, but also looked ahead to this one.
Lee, 4 goals, 3 points. How pleased were you with both the performance and the result today?
Yeah, delighted, relieved as well, you know, on the run we've been on. It was important that we maintain the belief. We maintained the organisational structure that we performed, I thought, really well for 55-60 minutes at Rangers, and had that confidence and flair on the ball. And today we really did. You know, Ellie Ewan, I thought, put in an outstanding performance. Obviously, Gintz has got his 2 goals. Nizzy again, another set of minutes, and you see the class that he brings, and a really strong back line today. So, you know, it was the makeup of a consistent winning performance, and that was why it was so good. A really important time for us to go and get a win, and I think you see how compact the league is, and we've been disappointed, of course, with our run, but there's been some positives and a lot of bad luck in that, and I feel like today it all came together, and it was, like I say, a really proud moment for me and the staff and the players, because we know how hard we've worked.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the attackers. Nizzy on the score sheet again, brace for him again. Ellie Ewan was fantastic, but also in defence, keeping a clean sheet, how much would that do for the confidence of the lads?
Yeah, well, obviously the clean sheet's down to Marsh, you know, with 2 penalty saves, and he deserves a huge amount of credit, not just for the saves, but also the man he is about the place, and obviously the captain that he is. And you know, you got to defend as a team, you got to attack as a team. You know, Marsh is just as important in our attacking phase as he is organising the back line. So, you know, it was good. Like, there's been a lot of negativity naturally around, but we, like I say, have maintained belief. We've tried to keep confidence amongst the players, and I think you saw that today, and that was a performance that the fans deserved.
Yeah, for sure. And a word on Ellie Ewan, because he got another couple of assists today, and it's kind of come into form in recent weeks. How impressed were you with him today? And of course, Kevin Nisbet, who was back on the score sheet.
Yeah, I was so happy for Ellie today. I think that, you know, he's been up and down. It's not easy to come and settle in Scotland. You know, it's a different tempo. But we've given that consistency of the team selection based on the work that we've done over the sort of 3 weeks leading into the Rangers game, and he looked like he had real confidence today. And you know, I think he's a good player, Devlin, as well, the right back. You know, he can defend, he's quick, and Ellie really had him on toast. So it was good to see. And again, who did you say was it? Nizzy?
Nizzy, yeah, back on the score sheet. Obviously scored against Rangers.
He's such a big player for us, isn't he? You know, he's got that extra level of class that we require at a club like this, and we can't afford to not have our best players fit. So to get him back and firing is a really good thing for us.
Yeah, and the result today, obviously a great momentum builder going into 2 big games against Celtic and Hearts.
Yeah, well, listen, it was important 3 points. It was 3 points on offer. We had to get the monkey off our back in terms of that win, and we've done that. So, like I say, proud of the players and obviously proud of the club as a whole today.
Yeah, just finally, a game on Christmas Eve, something slightly different for you. How much did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to enjoy Christmas Day off, that's for sure, because I haven't had that for a few years. So normally the games are sort of Boxing Day. So very happy with everybody today, and just as a last comment, I'd like to wish the fans a very happy Christmas, and hopefully everybody's happy, healthy, and spends great time with their loved ones.
Appreciate your time, Lee. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Well, we heard from Lee Johnson just there, and we'll look at the league table right now, because Boozy, it's incredibly tight, isn't it? Like I said before, just 2 points separate.
Yeah, it's crazy when you look at that. Obviously, that's annoying to say that, but the top 2 are gone already. But between the 3rd and maybe 11th, 10th is very, very tight. So every point, every even goal difference can be a massive difference at the end of the season.
How competitive is this league right now in terms of the teams and the players, but also how much has that differed from when you were playing here?
But in my time, the old firm was very far ahead. But in my time we had a couple of teams who were quite distant at the bottom. But when you look at that, it's very tight. Everybody getting better. The league, like the team on the bottom, get very organized. They get some players, a better player, like in my time. So it's very tough. Every game is very difficult to get points.
Yeah, and you can see on that league table, Celtic obviously won 17 of their 18 league games this season, almost perfect record. How difficult are they going to be this evening?
Yeah, this evening is going to be difficult, but if every series needs to be stopped, it would be great to have to carry the momentum from the game against Livingston. It's going to be tough against that type of team in form as well. But the resilience, the 12-man needs to be a massive part on that. We need to help the players. It's going to be difficult spell of the game without the ball. So the most important against those teams, and when you have the ball, it's obvious they're going to get most of the ball. But when we have it, can we manage to don't lose it straight away? Because mentally it's very difficult. You run after the ball, and when you get it, you lose it straight away because those type of team do the control pressing. So as soon as they lose it, they press you straight away, and we need players to handle the ball when we win it. And that's why the striker is very important. The two centre mid very important. When we clear it, can we try to get the ball first and foremost? It's going to be difficult. That's for sure.
Do you expect from Lee Johnson's side something similar to the Rangers game at Ibrox? Obviously, we went very close against them. That performance was very different to the one against Celtic earlier in the season when we lost 6-1, where we really attacked and tried to press them.
Yeah, I think you need to do that when you're a player on the pitch. When you hear the manager do that, I think give you a boost. I think the crowd will help that on that, because if you sit very down like Aberdeen done, just a matter of time really. So when you do that, it's a positive signal the manager gives to the players, and the player can give that to the crowd as well, because crowds can sense that. If the team is all at it, make it difficult for the opposition, aggressive as well, and extra encouragement can be the recipe to get something out of the game today.
Yeah, it will certainly be a good game. We're going to head to the commercial break just now, but make sure you stay with us because we'll be building up still to this one, and we're going to talk to Beuzy about his role in the academy too.
Simplexity Travel is made up of some of London's leading bespoke travel managers. Simplexity specialise in luxury travel services for corporate and private clients, groups and individuals who lead busy lives. Simplexity will simplify challenging schedules and complex trip itineraries, ensuring our clients always travel with complete peace of mind and in perfect luxury. Simplexity Travel, making luxury travel simple.
Ahead to this evening's Cinch Premiership game against Celtic. Boozy, we touched on it just before the break, obviously the 6-1 defeat at Celtic Park earlier this season. Do you think that result will be playing on the players' minds, or do you think they'll use that and channel it into positive energy, wanting to right some wrongs almost?
Yeah, I think when you get a heavy defeat like this, is always back on your mind, but tonight is a different environment. Like, rather to be at Celtic Park, we are home. Try to use the advantage, like the extra, the fans can do a bit more to help the team. But I think it's been a while now, so hopefully the player are totally focus on tonight.
What was it like for you as a player at Easter Road, knowing Celtic were coming here? Obviously, they're always pushing for the title or for the crown, for the glory. What was that like for you as a player playing against them?
But for us, it was easy. The difficult time is when you play a lower position, or now you don't need extra motivation. You need to show your family, your crowd, and your manager like you can handle those type of game. Personally, I loved it. So probably easier to manage psychologically, because you are totally under focus. The concentration needs to be as high.
And you had some positive results against Celtic as well.
Yeah, we beat them a few times here. So hopefully there can be another one tonight.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And one of the big talking points since we came back after the World Cup break has been Ryan Porteous and playing in the middle of midfield instead of centre half. Obviously, he was someone when you were in the academy the first time that you worked closely with.
Yeah, I managed to work with him when he was under 14. So at the time he was very mobile, play centre back, very aggressive. But he managed to work on that, and now to see him not only centre back but centre mid, it's great to see. This boy is Hibees through and through. Even when a younger age, you could tell he play for the badge. It's not often you see that those days, so it was great to see that, and how he managed to do a career, become a Scottish international, and now he can put something diversity on his game to play centre mid. Where are you gonna stop?
Yeah.
Striker maybe. Score a few goals. To be fair, he's got a goal on him.
Yeah, someone else who has been scoring goals of late for Hibs is Kyle McGuinness. We spoke to him after the Livingston game. As you can tell, he sounds a little bit croaky.
Carl, thanks for joining us. A win just before Christmas. You must have enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Sorry, my throat's a bit croaky, but absolutely delighted. It's a massive win for us. We really needed it, and just hopefully the fans enjoyed it and have a good Christmas.
You must have been buzzing to get 2 goals as well. Talk us through those 2.
Yeah, I don't often score headers, but good balls in for early, and I didn't really need to do much. Just guided both of them into the bottom corner, so buzzing with that.
It's been a difficult period, obviously a defeat last week against Rangers and a tough period just before the break, but does that really put a lot more confidence into the squad following 4 goals and a big win?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, before the Rangers game we were on a really poor run, but I thought in the Rangers game we showed signs of what we can do, and coming into today and winning 4-0, we can take a lot of confidence going into the next 2 games.
And great to show that there is goals in this team, and that attacking line with you just behind it can really be productive. Yeah, well, having Izzy back's massive. Obviously 2 goals, 2 games. He's shown what he can do before. Hopefully he can continue that, and I'm sure we'll be all right. And 2 goals for yourself, but upstaged a little bit at the end by Marsh with 2 penalty saves. What did you make to that? Well, it is what it is, isn't it? Marsh has been brilliant for us, but yeah, it's good for him to keep the 2 goals out, because obviously if they score, then you never know what can happen in football. But brilliant to keep a clean sheet. And now just looking ahead finally to being back here on Wednesday against Celtic, that's a massive game. Yeah, definitely. We need to go into it with confidence. We've shown what we can do today, so it'll be a good test for us. Thanks, Cal. Cheers, mate. Thank Cheers.
Boozy, you spoke just before we heard from Kyle about Ryan Porteous and where does he stop. Where does Kyle McGuinness stop? 2-headed goals.
I know, I follow Kyle for a while now. I can't remember if he scored 2 goals in his career. So it's great to see that. Like I mentioned before, like he had the injury problem. Now hopefully it's finished. It's the end of the tunnel for him. If he can crack on, because we know he's very versatile and he can create. He's very dynamic, and I had some goals. That'll be very, very positive for the second part of the season.
Yeah, absolutely will be. And away from tonight's game, there's an Edinburgh derby just round the corner on the 2nd of January. A really exciting game for the players, for the fans. What would they like to play in for you?
No, it's like again, I mentioned that, no extra motivation for that. You are very focused on that. Like you don't let down the people who support you. So a bit of pressure, but when you came up on the other way with the win, you're absolutely flying. Yeah. So I wish like the club can have that, even for the player as well. Like as game you play, you dream when you're a kid to play for. That's another one to come. Yeah.
Beuzy, obviously we mentioned you working with Ryan Porteous in the academy during your first spell. You've come back to the club now as well. Just talk us through why you decided to come back, because there seems to be a lot of exciting things happening in the club's academy.
Yeah, I worked with Steve Keane previously at Coventry down south, and he asked me if I wanted to come to join the academy. It didn't cross my mind long to accept that. As very exciting young prospect at the academy. So it's different. I was working in the first team, but it's different. Totally, we don't play for the result, albeit it's important, but the development is very good. And have a laugh as well. I mean, I like to be on the pitch and to have a fun, because at the end they're 12, 13, 14 years old. You need to have a smile on their face. That's what we want. You need to encourage them rather to create robots. So I've always been like this as a player. So I try to put like a lot of encouragement all behind the players. And hopefully I can have another Ryan Porteous coming through in a few years' time.
Yeah, I was going to say, how are the prospects looking?
Yeah, it's good. To be fair, there's a few good players. Not only in my category, but the younger one as well. When you see the wee tiny, honestly, it's technical. It's great to see, and I see score goals and celebrate. Even at the end of the game, in my time, we didn't celebrate like this, but now they put the music very loud. So it's great to see. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely is, and that is the perfect point for us to wrap up with this evening. 8 o'clock kickoff here at Easter Road as we take on Celtic. Just before we hand you over to our commentary team of Daniel Bowers and Kevin Harper. Beuzy, thank you very much for joining, and everyone, thank you for watching.